9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Turn on the mic, you're muted.
Muted, thank you.
Turn on the
Wow,
mic,
wow,
you're
wow.
muted.
Hitting a lot muted, man. You guys are fast on the button. You're fast on the button. Yes, thank you very much for opening on today's stream. Okay, I've got to make a small change to the output. Seems like a lot of people are streaming today. Okay, so that should sort it out. Yeah, that did. Okay, so we are definitely going to be. Game is a mess. Wow, that was fast. Hello, Grant Baxter. Well, the game is. I expected it to be a bit of a bug fest. I mean, it's a new UI. There's bound to be a bug fest. There's going to be plenty of things we're gonna have to relearn, but that shouldn't be an excuse, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going through things and discovering like certain features that take too many clicks. For example, like I just put up the video for what we just did a few hours back. I'm not recutting a lot. I'm not doing like guides just yet because I don't see the point of doing any guides. Things could easily change between now and November the 5th or whenever the game comes out. So more like in FM24 it's 3 clicks to do training. Now it's 5. So kind of like, okay, so now we have to do 5 clicks. So there's a lot of clicking going on. But to be fair, there's also a new way of working around the game, which is to use the bookmarks and the keyboard shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts, and that actually speeds things up. So there's a workflow now that's quite different. However, having said all that, there are still issues with the game. I don't think the match engine is where it's supposed to be. Nope, definitely not. The graphics are not optimized yet. Definitely not. It's not running well on a Mac. Definitely not. Okay, so we've got issues in those areas for sure. So SI definitely needs to address those issues moving forward. If they don't, we could have more issues later. So yeah, I'm hoping they do that. But I'm willing to try. I'm not gonna go out there and say I'm not you playing a game or whatever. There are things about the game that are just sensational. I think for the first time in I don't know how many years, the match engine has been dethroned. It's no longer the golden child. It is no longer the best feature of the whole game. I don't think in possession, out of possession are the best features of the game. I think the best feature of the game is the transfer room. That is the best feature because I think a lot of you are gonna find that it is so cool because right now your loan players, you can put them in a shop window and let them go. That easy. On top of that, you can now, as a lower league manager, it's going to be exploitable for lower league managers because all you got to do is go out there and see which you can put in a request. I want players. I want to loan some players in, and you're gonna get a lot of options to go through. Yeah, it's really fast. It doesn't take long. They use the pre-existing knowledge as well, so yeah, that explains a lot. It replaces Director of Football, which was our go-to last time. We used to have coffee, tea, beer, bring him to a pub and he'll tell us who to sign, But in those days, we wouldn't have a clue, right? So you play without attributes, for example. You have to go on his say-so. No reports, nothing. It's like you gotta trust the Director of Football, you gotta trust the chairman. But now you actually get reports, so I think it's a lot better. So that is the golden child, man. That is the golden child. The DOF mechanic was very limited. So this is definitely for me right now, it is the best feature in the whole game. Because it allows me to play a whole Director of Football challenge in a way that makes sense. I could easily go into the game and say, okay, fine, we've got this setup where the club has decided a recruitment focus is based on these conditions, and we have to go. And I'm going to have to accept whoever they gave me. I cannot go to the player database. I cannot search for anyone. So that feature alone it's so good. It's no the in possession, out of possession. I'm gonna say this much. Eventually, you guys are gonna find what I'm finding. Tactics are gonna get boring. They're gonna get boring. They will. That's gonna be it, man. Most of you are gonna go into the game and go like, yeah, the game is not challenging. So I foresee that happening. But today's goal is not to talk about tactics. That's gonna be on another stream, okay? Because I'm gonna focus on tactics a bit later. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the data, because earlier we did navigation, right? So splitting keyboards, it works better with shortcuts, especially considering how I had my whole wrist was hurting. Remember, on day 2, I was like, oh my god, my wrist. Day 1 was the day, because day 1 I was streaming for so many hours, and that really killed my wrist. I was so much pain. Then I was having trouble with the screen, right? Because the colors were just not good enough. I mean, I don't have glaucoma. Okay, I might be old, but I don't have glaucoma. However, I am at an age where the UI needs to, I need to set up the attributes of the colors, so it makes it easier for me. I need to see some contrast, so it makes it easier to read. We don't have that option. But under the color blindness settings, there's something for people who have eyesight problems when they go older. So there is an option, and I use that. So, I mean, all my players now look like Smurfs. That's the only downside. So I got a whole bunch of Smurfs now. When they hit out, you gotta watch this. When you hit on the pitch, you can see a whole bunch of Smurfs. It's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, it's okay, I guess. So, as I need to go in this direction, I definitely think they have to eventually, because let's be realistic. The PC market is only 6% of their total sales, or 7%. In total sales, the PC market is just a drop in the ocean for them. It helps to pay their bills, keeps the lights on, but it doesn't allow them to invest more into development. They need more money. So people are always talking, you can go and get more developers, more this, more that. You think that's going to happen overnight? No, man. They gotta do better. They gotta do better, and that's where I think about 60% of their profits last year, or sales last year, came from the non-PC segment. So they definitely need to target the console market. If I was one of their stakeholders, I'd be looking at what the aren't you doing, attacking the console market for? You have to. So they have to go there. They gotta make this game console friendly, and I'm all for it. Yeah, go do it. Attack the console market. But the game has to be console friendly too, and it's not console friendly at the moment. So I think that they have to focus on getting this game in a position where even with a gamepad, it becomes easy to use. I have used the game. I played this game with a gamepad. It ain't fun. So I don't think it's gonna knock the console market. It's gonna suddenly go into the console market and become the game of the century in the console market. No. I ain't playing this game with a gamepad. I have a gamepad. I have tried it on day 1. It was not that good. But I don't think they're gonna shaft the PC players. Look, they have to prioritize the console right now to make sure it's console ready, because last year they didn't have a console. They didn't have FM Touch, right? So this year they have to go for I'm all for that. I bet they will not sacrifice the PC market. That much I am sure of. They will do their level best. The chalkboard is gone only because there were 2 sets of data in the game last year. For the last couple of years, we had like 2 sources of data. One was the data, one was the chalkboard, and more often than not, the two would never see eye. They would never see eye to eye. Okay, we have one guy saying one thing, the other guy saying another thing. For the longest time, it was the biggest confusion ever. So I'm glad the chalkboard is gone. I'm not so happy that we don't have heat maps. We should have heat maps. So hopefully they bring heat maps back. There are a lot of different things now in the game. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the data because we played a couple of matches. Let's see how the data hub works out. And there are some bugs in the data hub too. Okay, so yay. All right, so we're going to get out of this. We're going to go portal first, right? Because the bugs actually show up when you start from the portal. Apparently the portal does a lot of bad things to a lot of the other pages. So if you start from the portal, this is where it all goes wrong. Okay, so we got keyboard shortcuts, right? So we got 1, 2. I don't know which one is the data hub. Data hub is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got to learn all this, man. Shift 6. Pew, we go data hub. You see what happens when you go to the data hub from the portal? It's got 2 areas now. Bug. Yeah, I love it when I start the show with a bug, man. We got a number now going up to 12. This is a bug. Again, look at this. Why do I have one scroll bar here and another scroll bar here? Like, hell, man. We don't need this, right? So, it's terrible, isn't it? So, we go key findings, go back to team analytics. Hey, the bar is gone. Now it's only one scroll bar. See that? I'm telling you, the portal is very bad. You've got to redesign the portal SI. It's bad luck for the rest of the game. You have a screenshot covering the rest of the game? How did the screenshot end up there? Oi, screenshot. It showed up. Yeah, there's a screenshot. That's a tactic. So for the next show, which is got to do with tactics. Thanks for pointing it out. So there we go. I want to show it to you again. Okay, so we go to portal. So we start from portal. Okay, it happens again. Was it shift 1? Let me try it again. I'll see what happens again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6. Shift 6. It's the portal's fault. It gives us 2 of these. So whenever you start from the portal, it stinks. SI, you need to do something about the portal. I've been saying it since day 1. The portal is the source of all your trouble. Okay? Redesign the portal. Make the portal a proper portal and you won't have this problem. Because right now we got to go key findings, come back in here. We go fine. So now let's go and see the visuals, right? Choose visuals. Let's see what we have. So we're going to remove all this. Finally, they give us an option to do this. So we do this. Remember day 1, I couldn't do this? So apparently somebody was watching the stream. Somebody was watching the stream, I guess. Okay, so we've got all this team analytics, right? So we're going to choose, so they got the general one again. So we're going to pick only the ones that we want to see, okay? So general performance, we got 1. Okay. Then under defensive, we click 1 and then we'll take pressing intensity. We'll see a few, okay? And see what helps us here. Okay. Attacking efficiency scoring. Okay, we'll pick that. And shooting maybe and goals from set pieces. Well, we'll see everything. We'll try and see everything. And try and get used to this. Okay, so defending, goalkeeping. So now it's actually populating. I remember day 1 it wasn't populating. Do you guys remember day 1 was a nightmare for me? Couldn't do it. Bookmarks can have little numbers for us to get used to them. I guess so. There's a bug, baby, in this year. Look, come to my stream, you'll discover all the bugs. Like this. Okay, I'm the master of the bug. I'm the master bug hunter. I got so tired of sending in bug reports, right? I'll find one bug. Wait, there's a bug here. There's a UI bug there. There's a UI bug there. There's a UI bug there. I do this. There's a UI bug there. Oh, I'm tired of this. I need to retire. I don't get paid for all this. Like, seriously, we've got real estate problems, is it? This is like, I know you want it to be I know you need people to be able to see this on an 8-inch screen, but this is taking things a bit too far. Okay. There's so much space. This could have been bigger. This one, I think they'll address it later. So looking at this, we got pass completion, tackles, 1 ratio, goals per game. Non-penalty expected goals per 90 at 1.7, which is quite good. Yeah. That means we're creating goal scoring opportunities, but they should have goals. The expected goals against per game, we're definitely leaky as 2.6. So the information here is relevant, right? So it can help with tactics, meaning from a glance, I know that I should do something about the defensive side of my OOP formation, which I intentionally created the way it was created so that we get variants like this. All right, and tackling, I think, is this useful? Okay, I mean, one thing I don't like is that if you're not familiar with the logos of clubs, God help you, you're like screwed. No? The good thing is they have highlighted leads, which is good. What would have been nice is they mouse over and you can see the name. But I don't think pop-ups are going to be a thing for Football Manager. Trying to avoid as many pop-ups as possible. So I guess that's a design decision. Yeah, but you need a magnifying glass even in FM24. So tackles on ratio, we're pretty decent. We are here. I mean, we're strong in the tackle department, but we're not making so many tackles. It's not a bad thing because that's has never been my style of management. But the majority of clubs are in that position. See, that's the thing that's bugging me a bit. You see, only 4 teams are tackling. A lot. This could point to something in the match engine as well, right? So something is off here. I think so. I might be wrong. Attacking efficiency, as in getting into passive shooting. So our shooting, our passive literally means, right, that we don't have that many shots in the game, right? We are very good at putting our chances behind. So what this tells me is all I need to do is improve the amount of goal scoring chances in the game. That's it. Okay. So that's what it's telling me. Scoring, clinical. I'm definitely clinical. So that high scoring passive shooting, meaning not enough goals per game, right? That's it. Okay. So passive. This is low score. I mean, we're not scoring enough goals. We're not creating enough shots. So definitely create better goal scoring opportunities with my team. Shooting. If I create those goal scoring opportunities, we'll bang them away. Because of course I have Mr. DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the greatest goal scorer of all time in Football Manager. He is a phenomenal. No, Dropbox not ready yet. No, not ready yet. Incendiary. I mean, I have shared my views on the Discord, but those are like basically work in progress. Yeah, so I will share them over once we know that things are stable, I guess. Yeah, because they could easily change. And I don't want you guys to keep coming back and I got to download a new view because of that, that's that. I think this view needs a drop-down list besides as well logos alone. I agree. I think mouse over should be good, right? Because it's hard to tell. Like this, you don't know which team is where. Like, who is this team supposed to be? You can click and it'll take you to the team. Wolves. Then you gotta come back in again. At least it remembers which page you were on. At least it's here. So I'm not really bothered about set pieces. Okay. Oops. Wrong page. Now go back. Can I go back? Yeah. No. Oh, there we go. Again. So I go to key findings. Come back to time nowadays. The bug is gone. So there's a problem with this, right? So apparently they want to tell you what they think of our data hub. I'm not interested in them telling me what they think of my data hub. I want to form that opinion on my own. I don't need my staff to tell me. I'm that egotistical. After all, I am playing Football Manager. Full of nonsense today. It's late at night. What do you expect? Okay. Goals outside, goalkeeping. But okay, what is missing from here? In the data hub, something is missing, right? What is missing from the data hub right now is important information like the XG table. Okay. We got defending again. Crossing. So all this left, so it didn't stay, you know. It all left. You say, I'm not showing you passing pitch timing. So let's see what happens here. See whether we can get it. See, there's a problem right now with the data. It does not give me what I want it to give me. See, we had the same problem again. So I'm going to clear all this. Maybe there's a limit. Let's click this. Let's click this. Let's click this. Let's click. See, there's a bug in the data hub. You know, the buggy is still buggy as hell. Yeah. I don't understand why you've got this. Okay, so we got all this there. Yeah, the data hub is still buggy. Yeah. It's not any better. So open up all this, and we got to. I want pitch tilt and passing dynamics and possession. Do we have it? Movement, passing. Where's pitch tilt? Aerial. Tackling, no pitch tilt. We don't have that. So there's a lot of information that we need in the data hub that isn't there. Right? So that's bug number 13. Right now, the data hub is lacking things like pitch tilt and all the other information that is supposed to be in the data hub. So the data hub is quite bad. Because this is the only place that we can come to get information about how we're doing, right? We only got general performance, but why is pitch tilt so important? It tells me where the emphasis of my action is happening, right? Things like the defensive line, I don't have information on that as well. The data hub has got a lot less information than it did in FM24. It's given me information I never use. Like, this is retrospective. This has happened already. It's not going to help me now. This information, I never use this because it's great for teams that are always backs to the wall. Like, he's just going to tell them how many times they're backs to the wall or whether they're good at being backs to the wall. That's about it. But who wants to know how many blocks and clearances you've done? This is like on the line defending. Oh, that's what you're after, is it? Then you're going to have a hell of a time. Aerial basically tells us how good we are in the air. We've done a lot of headers, but we're not very great in the air. That explains. I mean, that is true. We're really only good in front, but we're not good in midfield. We don't win enough of the second ball. So yeah, that's it. Team analytics, not very helpful. Right, so it's missing a lot of information. Key findings here. Again, if we go into this is just the general performance, team attacking, general performance, pass completion. Yeah, we get into goal scoring positions, but we're not. We have a lot of shots on target, higher than the average, but we have a lot of shots on target. We don't generate enough shots per game. This is a problem right now. Okay, so it's just quality of chances. Yeah, volume gives us more quality, I guess. So this is not enough. So let's go to our last match, right? So we go to our last match. What do we have? So in the last match, now we have this. Okay, we click this, we get this. Okay, we click this, we get this, and that's about it. Okay, all right, yeah. So this drop down is for game to game. Like, you know, we get 3 or 4 more games, we'll probably get a few more options, and it will show us this. So you look at match momentum, that's it. I don't understand why we need this to pop up when we already have this. Why? I was for bad eyesight, is it? So more information, no, we don't have. This is like, yeah, it's kind of sad. Then this maybe pops up, it's easier for us to tell. Like, we had lots of goal scoring chances, but we did like 1, 2 here. There's another one here, but there's no metric here. Like, what is this supposed to be? 0. What's this supposed to be? 10, 12, 14, 15, 2, 3, 4. What? Half of this, 2.63. Is this supposed to be 3? Is this 2.63? Am I supposed to calculate this using my using some magical stuff? When you need, it's not that when I figure it out, the data is already there. I can make .digit tomorrow. But the problem is this. We can't export any data out of the game. So we can't use .digit right now. Yeah. So this is not really helpful, is it? Because you need the you need to know what what this is. Like this maybe 45 minutes, right? But what is this supposed to be? 0, 1, 2? But it's 2.63, right? So what? This is 3? But the thing goes all the way up to here. So what's the value? I don't know, right? So there's too much of... It's what I call... It's cognitive dissonance, no? Because in my mind, it's just making noise. So it's not really helpful. This thing is like... Yeah, this is terrorist. Putting in a chart for the sake of putting in a chart, you might as well just put this in, and that would be helpful. Yeah. So this is quite sad, it's terrible. So these two pieces of information, they're there, but they don't give me any idea. Yeah. So let's see if we can find something else. Team analytics, we've already been here. We know that's not helpful. Okay, we're gonna come to this later. Formation analysis. I never played these two formations. I've been playing a freaking 4-4-2. When in the world was I using a 4-2-3-1? Apparently, according to the game, I've used it. I started with it 8 times this season. Okay, I played a 4-3-3 4 times this season. Ladies and gentlemen, I will prove it to you in case you don't believe me. Okay? All right, let's look at this formation, right? If you were watching the stream, you would have known what formation. The best part is it don't tell you. It's like we're not gonna let him prove it. Now you be watching the stream, you know I was playing a 4-4-2. Okay, so we were playing a 4-4-2. Nope. No, there's no way to tell what for. You see, this is the other thing about this, right? In the data hub, they don't show us the formation that we used versus the formation that we played against. So is this helpful information? Again, no. It's basic, yes, but I'm getting fake info right now. I've got fake news being populated by my assistant. How we come in here? We had the option to do formations last time, but we don't have it now. So I can't right click and give you. So we can't change this. Look in general, this is just the calendar, it's just the fixtures, right? Okay. Over here, do we have something? No, we don't. So no formation. So we don't know what formation we used. Good luck to you. So the data hub first is giving us the wrong information. I know I never used the 4. I have not played a 4-2-3-1 once. Okay. Okay. So I raised this as a bug previously. Formation analysis is completely wrong. Yeah, I don't know what we faced. So this is out. Goal analysis down. This one. Okay, dear Lord. Is this another bug? This is terrible. Yeah. Each page I go to here is bugs. 14, right? Now we got 14 bugs. The data hub is a unholy buggy mess. I know I found something earlier. I'm trying to find it now. Yeah, I actually found something that was kind of cool, but I don't see it now. Let me see if I can find it. Was it in last match? Player statistics. What's all this? I mean, guys, I have said this is an arcadey game, right? It is definitely an arcadey game because it doesn't want you to think about your tactics or how to improve them. It just wants you to play the game, enjoy the in-day, match-day experience, and go to the transfer room, and that's it. Don't ever analyze your tactics because you're gonna get, you're gonna end up going to the hospital. Yeah. Key findings. This is the only thing that's useful because it's the only page that's working. Last match, we got data here. This is okay. So we can get the data from the last match, which is very raw. Interceptions made, that's about it. Not really helpful. It's raw numbers. The away side, the home side. But this is like trying to be like FBref or Opta, which I actually have got more information here. They break it down into chance creation and stuff like that, but they don't have it here. I'm disappointed with this page, I think. I think it's very disappointing. Yeah. Then goal analysis. Actually, right, what I was hoping to see was, I know I found it earlier, which was how many goals I scored with my head feet. It's there. It is there, but it's not here. I found it somewhere in this game, but now I can't remember where I found it. So I'm trying to remember where I found it, and it's not here. So it's somewhere in this game. All right. It was basically the same view that I always go for. When I only look at XG table and I go for the other one, which is did I score more in my head? Goal. What's the XG or the average chance? I actually found it. We're gonna have to find it again. It's not here though. It's not here. It's not here. I was thinking. I thought I found it here, but maybe since I was asleep, maybe I dreamt it. Could I have dreamt it? Could I have been a dream? Goal areas? No, it's not. It had an XG, From your experience, if these bugs appear in the console version, you bet your bottom dollar they will. There's no way they're not going to be absent from the console version. They're going to be in a console version in all their glory. Maybe even worse. All right, let's go to tactics feedback. Maybe, no, definitely not here. Okay. Where did I find it? Maybe it's in match day, the parent page. Data up this way. Last match. No, it's not here anymore. Yeah. I did see it. Maybe I saw it in a previous build. I haven't been playing this game for a while, Yeah. But I don't see it anymore, man. Yeah, suddenly we got set piece, first contact, opposition box. Look at this. This is new. Set piece, first contact, own box. I didn't see this earlier. Suddenly we got these 4 boxes appearing. So it must be. I mean, those boxes were not in the team analytics, right? Tackling, attacking, scoring, shooting. But this is not it. Choose visuals. Maybe you go to the bottom. They might have different set of visuals. Yeah, I don't know. Passing, pitch tilt. No, pitch tilt. No, definitely not showing me that. Apparently, they don't think it's a good idea. No, it's not there. Let's look at player. Dear Lord, this is terrible. You can't stay in this page. You're going to get a heart attack. Attackers, what can we see? Choose aerial. Oh, attackers, expected attacking output. Okay. I like this metric. I always like this. Expected attacking output. Basically, this is quite interesting. The only players that are actually creating chances in the Premier League, right, are this group of players. Whoever they are. Because you got to click on each one of them just to open up and find out who they are. They did a patch earlier today. Yeah, so there's this guy called Declan Rice. I don't know if you've heard of him. I haven't. Then we got this guy called Phil Foden. Definitely never heard of this guy. Don't know who he is. And we got Cole Palmer. Apparently they're the top creators in the Premier League. Okay. But they don't get into goal scoring positions. Low non-penalty expected goals. This literally means these guys create chances, but they don't end up in goal scoring position. He ends up in goal scoring positions and scores chances. Who is this guy? Emil Smith Rowe. And then this guy, Harvey Elliott. So these two guys are the most basically geniuses at creating chances, getting goal scoring positions. But how useful is that information? Without you'd have to go into the season, and I have a way of doing it. Basically, you look at open play expected goals, you look at dribbles, you look at crosses, and then you look at all these chances that you create, and then you come to the number. But we try click here, and then looking at season stats here, open it up. All we see is XG, XA. That's not enough, no. Yeah, in terms of data. So you can see that his expected goals per 90 minutes is 90. That just tells us how often does he get into a goal scoring? 0.46. He gets there quite often. And then he puts like 2 shots per minute. And then what about open play? Expected assists, progressive passes. There's no OPPDA here. I wish there was the open play expected assists or open play. They have open play like key passes, right? Yeah, so that would be useful information, but they don't put it here. That kind of information is useful, but they don't put it. Because apparently it's not important information, I guess. I don't know. This is, maybe it's here. Click. I'm clicking randomly, hoping that it opens up something. No. The last time I clicked randomly on the screen, right? It crashed. I click. I do that in every game. Do you know, once I found a crash bug in FM, I never told anybody about it because every time you come here, but if you click somewhere around this corner, the game would crash. Sometimes I would just go like, okay, I don't feel like playing the game anymore. Just click here, the game would crash. I never reported that as a bug because I didn't notice a lot of people having that issue except for me. Okay, no, this is not too bad, in terms of set pieces, right? But I don't like this. Like, what, the logo is that important? This gap here. And then we go all this information, this thing could have come here, right? Then we would have all this space for them to work with. Yeah. There is no. I remember we had something in terms of chances, but I don't see it here. I've got to say that's about it for the data hub. It's unusable. Yeah, data hub is basically unusable. Does OPPDA actually work? You can't even tell where OPPDA is. Like you can't see from the pitch still. You can't verify OPPDA idea. The so-called new thing called OPPDA that we found in the game, right? Yeah, only a new concocted thing by somebody in SI, They probably don't want to use OPPDA anymore. OPPDA, right? They created a new one called OPPDA. Hey, I'm not joking. There's actually a new term, in the match stats. I was laughing my head silly. You don't believe me, right? Most of you are thinking I'm making fun of SI. I'm such a mean person. I'm a terrible person. I'm not joking. There's such a thing called OPPDA now. Look at this. There's OPPDA, baby. Okay, there is no such thing as OPPDA, no. And then the definition in the game is so different from what's happening in the real world. Okay, let's close everything here. Close other tabs, right? So let's close other tabs. Let's just ask ChatGPT lah. Okay, ChatGPT, come on, show me, baby. Come here. We can go to ChatGPT because ChatGPT will search the World Wide Web. Or we can use Gemini. Gemini is even better. Okay, use Google Gemini. Okay, all right. We're gonna use Gemini because I know Gemini is up to date. So the Football Manager manual was available online, which means I can ask it to go find out. Okay. Okay. The term OPPDA is not a standard publicly defined metric used by sports. The game, like real life world, primarily uses the metric. How, based on its context, OPPDA will logically be understood as the inverse of PPDA. The definition of OPPDA conceptual. OPPDA will it's only conceptual. Because they took it out from the manual. Because last time, if you go to SI forums, right? If you go to the manual, it used to be there, the definition. I know because I actually wrote it down here. If Football Manager disappears in the data hub, it's called OPPDA, opposition passes per defensive action. I remember going in, right, and looking at the definition. It shows how many passes the opponent completes in your half and the middle third before your team makes a defensive action. A tackle, interception, block, or challenge, the lower the number, the faster, more aggressively your team presses. Okay, bam. That's OPDA, right? So, but now if you go into the game, you go here, you type OPPDA first, because we have to do it. No such thing. There's somebody called Daisy Oyeda, Hayato Okuda, and Koton FC, the club. They got no relationship to OPPDA, but there we get this one then. Yep. This is different, man, now. Attempts to quantify the act of pressing in football focuses only on actions in the area of the pitch in which the opposition team might actually reasonably execute, which is calculated to be decided on 3 fields of the pitch. In this area, the number of passes made by the opposition divided by the number of defenses made by the out of possession team. These defenses are tackles, field tackle. The number that this calculator produces gives a low PPD, it gives a high intensity. So basically, correct. OPPDA literally means what I've been saying all along. Okay? It basically says how many times is the team allowed to pass the ball before somebody decides to break their legs? Okay, in layman's terms, okay? All right. Or tries to break their legs. Okay, it's one or the other. So it counts field defensive actions. So this is OPPDA. This is the inverse of this, called PPDA. Okay, this is the number of passes an opponent is allowed to make before the team out of possession makes a defensive action. It's just the inverse. Okay, what SI is using is just the inverse. Okay, this is the number of passes in possession team successfully makes before the opponent makes a defensive action against them. Correct? Same thing, right? All right. So now, okay. So what is you can't find it. I mean, I have the numbers here in my own notes. I wrote this out for you guys in a guide. Stop flying around the room. Mossies are coming to my house. You know how annoying that is. Appendix, in my appendix, real world numbers. According to X, I go to X, Twitter, and we'll look for this guy called EPL Analytics. Okay. Now, these are not numbers I'm pulling out of my ass for your information, right? I'm actually using guys who actually do this try to do this for a living for clubs. The guy's name is EPL Analytics. There we go. He does data analytics. Quite. I like him. I like his numbers a lot. So this is conversion. I think he did one for PPDA. So he does a lot of this, and I track what he does a lot. He does a lot of numbers. So and he does reference a lot of other sites. Okay, what we can do is see whether he has average PPDA. Okay, average PPDA, EPL Analytics. Automated average. These are defensive guys. Ko-Fi also is guys. Mark Stats. This one is a good bot. No? If you were really into data, right? Or you got to follow Mark Stats. Mark Stats is brilliant. There we go. This is the average PPDA. Okay, so we have actually got numbers out there that we can go back to, and then we can say, oh, you know what, SI is talking nonsense. Okay, and this is what I mean by SI is talking nonsense. Okay. The average PPDA for each team as of last week is between 5.48 to 15.4. Arsenal, Chelsea are very high pressing teams, right? Now, my numbers on Football Manager last season were like 4 to 5 as well. So it puts me into that category of aggressively pressing. Most of us are playing Gegen pressing, right? So if you go into your game FM24, go and look for OPPDA, you'll find your numbers are not very far away. Okay, So the worst team is Burnley, who sit back at 15. But in Football Manager right now, the number can be 60. Let me go to snag it. I can find it for you guys. Hold on. Is it here? No. The one I just did. I know a lot. I did a lot of shots, but I don't know where it is. I did it yesterday, right? I said this is crazy or something like that. Yeah. I'm trying to find it. Boom, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. Okay, I will just go to Twitter. It's on Twitter anyway. So we got my profile on Twitter, we'll find it there. Okay, so we got a profile. Where's my profile? Boom. I don't even know what oh, there we go. Profile is at the bottom. Okay, there we go. This is what I captured yesterday. Look at the OPPDA. Look at the OPPDA numbers from yesterday. 50.20 OPPDA. Leeds apparently 50.20. I was managing Everton and I was doing a high press, 21.64. Apparently, they were sitting inside the goal mouth. All the players were sitting there because they allowed the opposition 50 passes before they even bothered to do a defensive action. This is what this data is telling us. Right? And I believe that we are not, I honestly believe, right, that the game, it might be, it's not the total. It's supposed to be the average. It's supposed to be 50 divided, no, it's not total. It's not 50 passes. So that it could be something wrong. So it's either the data is wrong or something is, okay. If that data is wrong, some of the charts in the game will be wrong, right? The feedback that your coaches might give you is going to be wrong. You know, the knock-on effect of this in the game is quite a lot, no? For example, if we don't know how SI is using data in the game for our AI managers to come back and tell us, this is what you should do. I've already shown you that the AI manager is not reading your IP in possession formation correctly. It has never read my in possession formation since day one. Since the very first day I played this game until today, right? It still thinks I'm playing the 4-2-3-1. I can play the 5-2-2-1, the 3-4-2-1. I can play my mother. I can put my grandfather, my grandmother, and all the other relatives on the football pitch and create a team of 25 players. And it will still tell me I'm playing a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, so there's a problem with the data hub. For me, it's a big issue because we don't have the chalkboard anymore. I think it will be addressed. I think definitely it will be addressed because it's the data hub is the grandfather right now of most of the bugs. It's leading the charge for me. The bug city capital. We are invading bug city capital today. We're sending in the elite team, okay? All of you are my elite fighters. You're going inside Bug City. I'm wanting you to take down the bugs. You see all your data hub bugs, right? You better bring it up. I'm going to be bringing it up. So I've been bringing it up for a while. Look at that. We come in from the portal, we get this nonsense. You start at the portal, you go to data hub. It's terrible, Look, anywhere you go, you can't. You got to go here, you got to come here. But all this is not helpful. And things like XG table is not here. You couldn't possibly buy FM26 now with my low-end laptop. I don't think you should, Rob Boschers. If I were you, right, I just come and watch my stream. I'll put it in, please, to be honest with anybody right now, don't play FM26. I mean, I'm playing it because I'm a content creator. I like tactics. I like playing the game. I've always loved tactics. I always like playing the game. Okay? But at this point in time, I would never recommend anybody buy the game during beta. So I'm like, guys, seriously, you really want to buy the game during beta? I don't understand why people. I can't wait for the game. I'm going to play during beta. Then they start going, oh my god, there's so many bugs. I'm going, what do you expect during a beta? You think beta is going to be, and it's not coincidental that SI changed the name from advanced access to beta. No? I was laughing my head off when SI did that. They went from advanced access to beta. I was thinking, okay, that's a smart move, man. If they call it advanced access, they would be like, yeah, we got the game ready for you. Why don't you come in and try it? No, this is beta, baby. This is what we call a community-wide stress test. Let's see which part of the game is broken. Poor Mark. One of the guys in... I like a lot of the guys in SI, okay? They're my friends. I like Mark a lot, okay? He's a very nice person. And he's always, right, trying to understand what it is about the game that... He's actually come to me once and I was in London. He asked me, what would you like to see? Because I was agitated about something. He came and sat down with me just to find out what was driving me nuts about the game. So I explained to him why network. I will never play network games. I told him there's no timer in network games. There's no way for me to rush another party to get it done. Right? So I'm wasting so much time with players who are spending an eternity making decisions in the game. And this is the reason why I don't want to play network matches. So that's why I don't play network competitions. I refuse to. I got better things to do in my life than to wait for a person to decide what he's going to do with his tactics. Okay, it's a bloody game. But he came to me, he sat down with me, and he asked me, he was genuinely interested in what I had to say. And this is what I mean. They want the game to be better. And for many of them, I think it's like double jeopardy, you know, if you think about it. First, they gotta go to a new UI, Unity, a new graphics engine. And on top of that is a new look. For a company that has got no Unity engineers to begin with. So can you imagine you have to hire somebody to bring in? So you can imagine during the hiring process, you hire this guy. All right, so we want to know that you're a Football Manager fan. The guy probably is an F1 fan. Never played Football Manager his entire life. For the last 2 weeks before the job interview, you played Football Manager a lot. Like, okay, I better get used to this game and you're going to ask me a lot of questions. How many of you have done that in real life? I have. So, I'm not suggesting he did that, but it's quite possible. So, let's take this tactic out. We know how to use this tactic now. Because you're going to play the... we're not using that. We're using this tactic. We need to create all kinds. Already it's in possession. Change it back. Out of possession, I want to change it. Yeah. Hey, we're going to go here. These guys are screening. Track. And then we're going to get these guys dumping and working. So these guys are going to be... I want them to play as box to box. They want to get them up the pitch. Double box to box. Okay, all right. Okay, that's it. That's the only change I'm making. So we go to the match. We'll play the game and let it happen. Okay. If we don't win, we at 1 year, 1 goal down, we'll instant result this. Because we want to look at data. Bas and I would have loved Football Manager Live back in the day. Oh, I played Football Manager Live. I did. I was an FM Live player, man. First thing I did when I got into the game, I went and signed up. All the young kids are going to sign up. But I became one of those, hoarders. So all the new players that came into the game, they would have a hell of a time looking for new Wonder Kids, right? Yeah, that was the game. That game was ahead of its time. It was so ahead of its time. Very few people will ever... I don't know if people ever appreciate how good FM Live was. It was a very good game. It was a good game. It was a game ahead of its time. So Arsenal playing Leeds now. Arsenal trying to score. Leeds getting the ball back, putting up and getting up the pitch. I'm playing at a faster speed now. What a pass to Calafiori. Here comes Saka. Then we got this guy tracking. We got another one coming back. He's trying his best and then putting pressure on the defenders. They did spend 2 years to develop. I mean, they had the time to develop it, but I think a lot of challenges with this kind of a game. Just think about this. It took them 20 years to get FM24 looking like what it does right now. So do you think they could have done this with a new UI in 2? Oh, what a dance move, man. Look at them. Nobody stopped Mr. James from scoring the opening goal. Look at the way they defend. Let's watch it in slow motion action replay. Look at that. I dodged one fella because the defending is horrible in this game. If you know what to do, you can win a lot of games. What a goal, babe. Nonto at the far post. Okay, now it's Man City start the game. No transfers. I started the game the raw. Yeah. So I didn't see any transfers. I wouldn't wish that on anybody in the company. Yeah. Is that a female ref? Yeah, it is. Long hair. Can you see that? We got a female ref. You wanna see how the female ref? Can you see her? Let's slow the game down so you can get a better look. So 1.25 is the slowest I'll go. This is slightly slower than real life. It's 2, baby. Leeds are 2 up on Arsenal as we just tweak our system slightly. I like the colors though. Yeah. I'm playing with colorblind mode on, so there'll be a bit more pink. This is my kind of color, pink. I live for pink, baby. A sweet second from us as Arsenal, who have Arrizabalaga in goal. Okay. Here we go. Third move now. Nonto on the ball. He skips past there. Is Ampadu in him? Oh no. Ampadu tried to give and go. Or give and... Oh, come. The defending. Look at this. The bad defending also occurs for my team. So it's universal here. It's not like only me, Yeah. It's everybody in the game. I wish there was a way to stop the billboards from flashing. Yeah. I'm not that I am affected by it. No. Yeah, different teams all the way. I did Everton yesterday. I'm doing Leeds today. Because I want to do a training save and I had to start it from the beginning. Yeah. Remember the goal was to do training today, right? So I needed to start from fresh so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So every day I'm playing with a different team. So even look at Arsenal's OP is a 4-4-2. We're putting a lot of pressure. His tracking is coming back to track, but that's about it. We're holding the line and defended well. Okay, Nonto takes the ball and we immediately start a counter attack. We're going down. What can he do? He dances. He plays a brilliant pass to Okafor. Okafor, dead. Nobody's tackling us, man. Look, tactics are not going to be the hardest thing for you. World Manager 26. They are not. It's surviving data hub. Transfer room is going to be fantastic. I mean, there's one of the reasons why I'm calling FM26 quite arcadey. It's very arcadey. Como. You want to see Como, is it? I've got a Como replication on standby already. I've got a guide for you guys for Como. Alright, but I have to wait for them to fix the match engine as well because I definitely think there's some issues with the match engine. So I'm not releasing any tactical guides yet until much later. Because no point doing tactics now, telling you guys this is the way you set your tactics up when the bloody match engine has to be repaired. Yeah. There's no tackling going on here in this game. Did you see his hair? I thought his haircut is kind of cool. You all didn't see. We got to watch out for one of the players, our defenders. He's got a really cool haircut now. Either that or his head is bent out of shape. Is this guy here? Alright, what's his name in my tactic? He's my Biola. We gotta check out his hairdo afterwards, okay? Because we gotta have to pause this game and slow down because he's either got an elongated head or his haircut is very cool. So we gotta go down to extended because we need to see more of our elongated friend. Or maybe we have to go and I don't believe I'm doing this comprehensive. I will never play this game on comprehensive. Tell you right now. The only reason I'm doing this so you can see his elongated head. Okay. Can you... What is flying in this room? Bloody mossies. It doesn't have elongated head. That's just from the angle. Look, we almost consider a goal. His haircut is damn cool, man. I can zoom in, no? I'm playing a 4K monitor. Let's see if I can... Okay, let's... no, this is not good enough. It's too far away. Nonto, Ampediu. I like... And there we go. Beol. Okay. Now. No, this is not it. No. Go back a bit. Sheesh. Okay. Nope, not enough. I'm more interested in his hairdo, right? Can you imagine that? Ampediu to Monson. Oh, gets it. But we are playing quite well. I like my tactic. I like it because nobody is defending. The graphics are great now, though. Do you still recommend? No, I definitely recommend not uninstall. Do not uninstall Football Manager 24. I'm telling you guys. Not because I think this game is terrible. It's because you paid for FM24, right? And this is just started. Why would you not uninstall it? You still got saves there. Like, for example, my Hungary Build a Nation. I can't play it now. So if you got any saves like Youth Academy challenges, I wouldn't recommend you play them now. You'll be very, very disappointed because you can't even, the progression, in FM24, you can actually see attributes like in 4 seasons, how they grown in me. It gives you a feel-good factor. You can't do it on FM26. There's no feel-good factor for development. A big fat 0. What about youth schedules? You can't create them. You can only set youth intent. You can only set how much you want them. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. It wasn't him. It was this guy. Okay. Let's zoom in, baby. Cool, his haircut. Man. And this is because not that bad, right? I mean, in 4K, I'm going in. So... You see the pixelation. I mean, this pixelation because I'm zoomed into a factor of I don't know what now. Yeah. The only thing I have a problem with is the ball. If you slow it really down, sometimes it feels that the ball is floating. See that, huh? See that? There's no bounce on the ball. There's no wobble. Now there is one. There we go. Like... Okay, it's not that bad now. Maybe it was my eyes. Okay, I'm getting old. What to do? So you go back to 125. 125 is like decent speed. They should give us 150 because 175 seems a bit fast. Yeah. And it's still, I don't think it can be optimized a bit more, the graphics. Yeah. But if you're on a Mac, I would players floating in the air too, right? Yeah. If you're on a Mac, right? I feel sorry for you. Yeah. Not that Mac Gullivers don't get a lot of love. I used to be a Mac user. I mean, I used to play Football Manager on Mac. I used to stream on IMAX, man. Not one iMac, but 2, no. And then I used to have like very good resolution. I used to love it. But I also discovered that I was the guy submitting a lot of bug reports because Macs used to have issues. We are the forgotten people when it comes to the game. So I'm not bothering much with the tactics right now. Beol is a good defender, right? Does anyone know why on the staff database there's some names show up in green? No, names showing up in green, can't tell. I don't know why. Yeah. So it's considered a goal from a corner, which is so Arsenal right now. I didn't really set up the set pieces. Didn't bother with the set pieces. So apparently now the teams are tackling, man. So are we. We want the ball there. Oh, that's nice. Did they suddenly learn how to tackle while asleep? No, I honestly believe, right, the pressing numbers won't improve until we get collision detection. See, that would have never have happened in real life. No? See, that move that he did, he went right through the player, right? Like he wasn't even there. That would never have happened in real life because they would need to avoid the player. So a lot of the times when we get like a tackle like that, when it works, 2-2 is the game, but Leeds are playing well. They lost the ball again. There you can tell it actually made some sense. It's when they dribble at speed, right? That's when they seem to like ghost through players. No? Griezmann plays on a Mac. No? Poor him. He's probably not going to get a chance to play Football Manager really well. Look at that. Look at this. The dribbling is absolutely sensational. So let's instant result this again because we are not really interested in all this, right? Yeah. I'm comprehensive. No wonder the game is taking so long. Okay, go back to key highlights. So we already saw what our player looked like. Oh, nice. Finally, a challenge. We'll consider a goal. Seppi score. Asa should consider taking managerial role. He can win a lot. Yeah, probably. We took a 2-goal lead, but we couldn't hold it. It's okay. Who's not playing well? Ampadu and Good Monster and Bogle. So all these players can come off. So what do? We got Ampadu, and we can bring this guy on. And Justin on. Not that I know this how good these players are. I have absolutely no idea. Stroik, we put him here. And we got Rodon. I don't know why Rodon apparently is got an exclamation mark there. For a lot of FM play, for me, it's the realism. The data has to be realistic. If it becomes arcadey, I'll stop. I will not be playing this game. Yeah. If it's too arcadey, forget it, man. I'd rather play World of Warcraft. I want arcadey, I'll go to an arcade game. OPPDA, there's hardly. The OPPDA numbers are going to be crazy. Just watch. It's going to be like something like 20 or 30. I think that's the reason why the numbers are not accurate. Because you hardly see tackles. You see very few tackles. Like almost 20 before I see a tackle or a defensive action. So either nobody tackles in the Premier League or tries the defensive action. See, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to happen, right? So OPPDA, 21, I told you. Apparently, even Arsenal doesn't defend. 22.21, 21.15. So what's wrong with the game now? I guarantee you there's something wrong with the game. There's not enough. The match engine is... You can visually see this as well. Are you seeing a lot of challenges? Are you seeing a lot of failed tackles? Or are you seeing a constant stream of let's bring the ball from our back line all the way to the front? It seems like there is this... the AI has it easy, to build play out from the back to the front. How often have you seen that happen in real life? Like, a team can actually pass from the goalkeeper and get a shot on target. You know how rare that is in the real world? There's always a reset. Or a defensive tackle where they have to try and win the ball and then they have to... Have you seen a third ball? A fight for the third ball? I haven't. Like, rare right now. But there are definitely issues with the match engine. Anybody who says, I love the match engine, it's brilliant. I'm like, okay, enjoy it while it lasts. Because it's not realistic for me, It's not something I enjoy. Yeah. No one is tackling. No one is doing anything. It's like, what the hell for? Like, hey, you can ghost. Do you know that if you had the right players, right? Stamina, work rate, acceleration, dribbling, you win the game tomorrow. Or you win. All you need to do in a network save right now is go assign place aggression, stamina, work rate, dribbling. That's it, baby. You'll win everything. Yeah, I saw a video from Leluja and it said to use the presets our assistant recommend. My assistant changes his recommendation. Do I use his first recommendation? Look, I don't. Lelujo said use the presets. Enjoy. Yeah, look, Lelujo is a preset man all the way. Yeah. I don't use presets and we can still do okay. So if you want to use your presets, it's up to you. Yeah. The preset is always going to be the same most of the time. If you use the presets, right? Okay, let's say you got a tactics right now. So you got a tactics, you come in tactics, right? You're gonna have you're gonna create a new tactic, right? So you come in here. We create a third tactic. Okay. So let's create. They got presets here. Or we gotta clear this slot. Come in here, right? Create new tactic. So you come inside, create here. There are 3 presets. So you will find that these presets line up with your assistant manager style of play. Okay. So if I will go into inside game press, you can pick any one of them up. Then go inside formation and possession. Then after that, there's your in possession formation already sorted, right? So now we can do out of possession. Out of possession, you choose whichever one you are comfortable with. Okay, 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 DMY. This is okay because I'm playing the 4-2-3-1. Then you come in here, then the AI suggested we're playing a 4-2-3-1, so we'll play this formation. Okay. Now I go from this to this. Why would you want to go from this to this? You can also go from this to this. This is the 2 will come here, this guy will come here, this guy will come here. So he's gonna just become like that, which is also not a bad formation. Yeah, so you can do that. So either possession, out of possession. That's it. So you can do that as well. It works. So this is one way of doing it. But if you want to create, if you're starting out the game, I would suggest you can use a preset as a starting foundation. But if you look at the preset that the S-Man has come up with, right? This role is a center forward. So it's a generic role. This is also a generic role. This is a generic role. Okay. This is a pressing defensive midfielder. He's going to come out and this guy is going to hold his position, right? So he's going to go all the running around. He's just going to cover. Then we got a generic role here. We got a generic role here. There's nothing wrong with this formation. I'm telling you right now, Football Manager, right? There are basically 4 out of possession formations that will work for nearly everybody in the game. This is the first one. Your job is to ask yourself, do you want these guys to defend? If you want them to defend, tracking center forward. So they come back and help you defend. You want them to stay forward all the time, splitting outlet or central outlet. Split outlet means they go to the channel, central outlet means they go to the center. If you want them to defend all the way, if you're not sure, center forward. Then they will sometimes attack, sometimes defend. Same with these two. Maybe you want to play a lopsided system because you got a very strong Iron Robin kind of player. Then here, he becomes a wide outlet wide midfielder. Meaning, you're using him as an attacking outlet when you're defending. So, out of possession, he's a wide. He will stay further up the pitch. He'll play a bit more defensive, but his focus is to attack. Wide midfielder is a generic role. It's like, basically in Football Manager terms, this will be like a support duty, this will be a defend duty, this will be an attack duty. Something like that. It's a very loose way for me to explain it. Yeah. So that's one of the ways to do it. Yeah. So I would start with a preset. That's a great way to start if you're not sure. But you gotta understand why the preset is being used. Because if the game goes south, what are you gonna do? You gotta shout at the monitor, right? Presets are a great way. For most people, I'll recommend if you're not sure about the game, go to a preset. But I like to make my own. Right? I've got some weird setups, but you can't use a preset to do a replication, for example. So if you want to make a replication, then you're going to have to understand how does the team do it in real life? How do I find the same roles that I can do in this game? Yeah. So here, both these guys are holding their position. So you know they're not going to run too far up the pitch. So how do you know that? So you come inside here. Moves up. Sorry, this guy goes up. This guy holds his position. This guy covers the flanks. This channel of defender. This guy will drop, and this guy is a generic role. So this guy he's going to be further up the pitch, right? And this guy is going to stay back. This guy is generic. He's going to go up the pitch rather. Both of them are going to be a double pivot. They're going to move up. So he's going to be in front of this guy. So all you got to do is tactics are, I would say that at the end of the day, you got two choices. Follow the presets. Enjoy yourself. Don't worry. Or challenge yourself. I challenge myself. I like to create tactics and just destroy the game. But you get to a network game, you're probably going to end up playing against guys who are making tactics or downloading tactics, right? They are all going to destroy a person that uses presets. Or I won't say they will all. Presets, at the end of the day, you got to sign really good players. Yeah. I think that everybody has a different style. I would recommend Lulujo's style of play for anybody who is new to the game. Yeah, definitely start there. Then you graduate towards making your own tactics. Yeah. Yeah, so you will actually build a team around you. You want to build a team around your players. But even presets, right? Like here, these presets, right? These are the ones the S-Man recommended, right? Quick pick now. Pick the roles in possession, out of possession. He has already picked it, right? And didn't he do that just now? He did, right? So quick pick. Are these players all suitable for my position, for my tactic? So then you have to look at players in your team like Harrison, right? Can he play two positions? So you come up to him. He can play up here and up here, but he can't go down. So he can play in the attacking. He can play as a midfielder. Okay, not too bad. Okay. Let's go to Ampadu. Ampadu is going to be playing this position. These guys are both going to stay back, so that's fine. Got Aronson. Can he play as an AMC? Yep, he can. Out of possession, what do we want him to do? Bang, boom, shakalaka. We want Aronson to move forward. Then you come in here again and check. Yep, he can play that. So that's all you have to worry about. Yeah. So that's easy. So out of possession and in possession, this just basically, for these roles, what does he need? He needs marking. He needs to be able to So I would, at the end of the day, spend some time because the other attributes are involved in the out of possession style, like marking, anticipation, concentration, or defensive positioning, work rate, stamina. They're all going to be important for OOP. Why does the IFB move to the DM slot as well? He moves into the DM slot. He's been doing that since Football Manager 24. How can I win more games? Become better at tactics. Yeah, just learn. Try out different roles. You want to win more games? You gotta learn about tactics, learn about how to create better goal scoring chances. That's what I'm obsessed with. So I am always looking at creating high XG chances. Problem is right now in Football Manager 26, I found it earlier, which is the reason why we're doing Data Hub. Now I don't see it anymore. Either that I saw it yesterday and I don't see it today. It's not disinformation. It was in goal analysis. I'm pretty certain of it. I was pretty certain it was here, but it wasn't like this. It had the box, and it showed me the XG chances. No, I think it was a Data Hub. Let me check if it's still here. Scoring. On shooting, might be one of these two. Let me see. But it wasn't this kind of a diagram. It was okay. It's not here then. It's not here. It's not a Data Hub kind of piece of information. It's in tactics. No, it's not here. I did find it, but it's no longer something I can find. Man, it's so pissing me off. I'll probably find it after the stream is done. No, I should have taken a picture of it. Normally I do that, especially if it's a new game. They actually have some of this information here. I was looking for this earlier. I don't know why it's gone, man. That is, for me, that is a critical piece of information. It's like it draws a little, like the penalty area, right? And then it will, I saw it, it will list out a number of chances that were 1.55 xg. How many chances were 0.25 xg? And it kind of like, it's in that box. They did it in a nice way this year. But it's gone. I don't see it anymore. I found it, but now it's gone again. I want that thing. I want to know where I got it. So stupid that the game doesn't have it. It's really daft that the game doesn't have it. It's like such a basic part of the whole data hub. We had it last year. We don't have it now. It's like the data hub is a stripped down version of what it should be. Well, it's not here as well, so it's gone. Yeah, it's not there. The data hub is nah, it's not there. No penalty actually we can get here. The shots I created, shot percentage, total shots from outside was 0.15. I mean, we are getting players, but we are not creating enough chances. But I needed that diagram to tell me how many chances we created within the area, and we don't have it now. We had it last year. We have it. We've had it in every edition of Football Manager except this one. And I did find it. I know it's in this game. I found it earlier today. Just find it now. It's not a case of you're putting all the important information up somebody's ass. And I gotta look and bloody there's no sunshine there now. These are the things that I find very annoying about Football Manager right now. This is not important. No, this page has always been one of those like areas of the game I find very. I mean, it's helpful, but it doesn't help me understand how I can make better chances, right? What are my chances like in this area? Are they with the head? Are they with the feet? That is what I'm trying to find out. So it's not telling me. We had that for all the versions of Football Manager. So I can't click it. It doesn't open this up as well. Yeah. I know it's in the game. I saw it earlier, so I'm obsessed with finding it again. Maybe it's in the match. It's not in the match report, right? So it's not in the opposition report because that's the opposition. We want to find out for ourselves. Like go back to the fixture list. Maybe it's in the fixture list. It would be here and here. And could it be this? Could it be no? It's not here. Was it here? Was it in the game itself? Maybe it was in this game itself. Match stats. Nope. Not this one. Go back again. Match stats. Could it be? Nope. It's not here. Click any of these. Does it show up? Nope. It doesn't. What about this? This is not important. What about here? Nope. This Leeds and Arsenal. Here, no. Here, no. Fuck, man. I'm annoyed now. Now I'm getting more and more annoyed. Getting really pissed off with the data. Our data is a hot mess. Data is unusable. For me, it's unusable. I don't know, most other people might like it, but I bloody hate the data hub. Okay, remove this, right? You look at this, right? You can't even sort this out. scoring and shooting. I'm like, this is not the information I want. The one piece of information I can't get, I could get. Pitch tilt, it showed up now. Previously, it wasn't showing up. Now it's showing up. Final third passes against per game and final third passes for. This shows us whether we are capable of how well are we playing in terms of, camping. So final third passes 4 per game is how often we do it. So we are actually not getting into the final third. Apparently, we're not, no. And then final third passes against per team. So apparently we are getting fewer passes against in the final third and lots of passes for in the final third. So we are creating lots of passes for ourselves. Fewer passes against. So apparently this says that we're defending reasonably well. But it's not that bad. I mean, we should improve, lah. This is not where we want to be, but it doesn't gel with the OP. This is why I'm worried about OPPDA. It does. I mean, we haven't been winning games, right? So it kind of like makes sense to some extent. But again, I'm still obsessed with where the thing is, because I can't improve my tactics without knowing what that is. No? That's how I make my tactics better. I use that information to tell me about the quality of chances I'm creating in and around the area. And without that piece of information, I can't do it. So when I'm actually making my tactics, then it becomes a guesswork. I've got to look at the game and I think I'm making lots of chances in the area, but I don't know what kind of chances these are. I don't know how they measure. So I've got to visually check every single damn chance in the game. Whereas the other graphic, I could look at it. Or the last 5 games I created these many chances. This is brilliant. I'm getting there. No, it makes a quick decision. Now it is bad. Data Hub is very bad, in my opinion. Yeah, it is not good enough. Data Hub is not good enough. Yeah, so it's quite bad. Because if this is supposed to replace the chalkboard, it's a really poor imitation. It's a wannabe data. Yeah, this is worse than 224. Yeah, I can't get the information. It's not there. Yeah, can't find it. So let's not bother anymore. I spent a lot of time on that. No, probably find it later. Actually, table. There's no. The data right now is. How can we trust the data? Team analytics, crossing, defending. This is like last line defending. It's not. None of this information is going to help you. Tackling, who's last on the table in terms of tackling is not even important. It's like what you need to know is, where are you defending? Where are you intercepting the balls? Right? So that information I can't tell from this. None of this, right? So I can't see how we rank in terms of reading the game. Yeah, the data is a holy nightmare. The data is a nightmare. I'm sorry to say this. Okay? It is a terrible, terrible place to be in. It's always been like this. Let's look at physical output, defending for defenders. That's the only one here. Okay. This what does this tell you? Last line defending. That means on the line. No? Okay. Lots of blocks and lots of clearances. Look at that. Both are defenders. No, it's Pascal strike rather. And then fewer blocks, lots of clearances. Meaning at least he's always the last man. So these guys expect, but most of the league is in this quadrant. No? Which is, they don't have to make blocks, they don't have to make clearances. Most of the league is here. Yeah, which makes a lot of sense to me. Which gels with what I believe is happening, which is a lack of defending. Yeah, that's it. past possession numbers we're gonna check later. Yeah, so that's it, man. This is a thank you, but no thanks. I can't go to the data hub. I'm sorry, the data hub is I wouldn't waste my time here. I wouldn't waste my time. There's only pitch tilt here. Pitch tilt can help, definitely can help. But without that information, which is the spread of goals with the head, with the feet that we had in FM24, which I found here, but I can't find it again. It's like disappeared. It's one of those things that disappears. Or there are things that disappear from the data hub. That's one of those things that has disappeared. I don't see it anymore. It was in the data hub, but it doesn't want to come back anymore. Yeah. So I know it was there earlier. Just like this pitch tilt thing. It wasn't there, now it's back. This is like a low budget version of Football Manager 24. Yeah. It's like the only part of the game that is interesting is the in-game experience and the transfer room, right? But even the in-game experience, nobody's defending, and there's no way for you to like back what you want to say, Like, you can't argue with SI right now because you can't go, SI, your numbers are wrong. The defending is terrible because then you just say, you're not defending well. We see the defending is working. But how are you going to prove it to SI? At least last time we could, no? Last time we got all the data to prove what we were saying. Now we can't. Yeah. Yeah, man. So, in immortal words of things, I'm going to stop here because otherwise I'm going to just want to start smashing things. No thanks. I'm not playing this. I'm not continuing with this. It's just going to drive me nuts. Do I create tactics based on personal preference? Do I create based on my players, or do I copy tactics from online? I'll tell you what you do. You break tactics you know. Start with things you know. That's a very good place to start. Yeah, that's a very good place to start. Don't download, don't copy tactics from online. Make your own. Start with something you know, you see. And then at least you know where to start from. This UI feels like a real poor middle ground. Not enough numbers. You've got a blank page, have you noticed? The number of times I ended on a blank page, right? There's nothing else. I'm sorry, we can't put anything else. Then we got a blank placeholder for you. It's a great way to stop the game. You're like, okay, hey, check this out. We got a blank page. Yeah, we got a blank page. Yeah, check this out, baby. I'd rather put more of me. At least I occupy a bit more of the space. Let's see if they can make it less clunky and buggy in future editions, but it's really hard to outdo a simple data table. Excel looks like Excel and everyone fears not because it's easy. Yep, I agree. I think they're going to find it very, very hard. They are I think SI in a no-win situation right now. They've got parts of the game looking good, but it's like only two parts of the game. And even then, the one part of the game that is actually looking good is not playing well. I think the match day experience is buggy as hell. Everybody seems to be sliding. The ball seems to be floating in the air. Graphically, it looks okay. I think there's a lot of volumetric. The volumetric animation looks really nice. But when the only good thing you can say about it is the volumetric animation looks nice, and there's something wrong with the match engine. Yeah, there's something wrong with the match engine. Yeah, there's not enough tackles going on, and the data hub is not giving us the numbers that we need, right? And even when we're looking for the numbers that we want, that is supposed to be there, in the drop down, it says it's there, but we can't find it. Like you saw pitch tilt, it hid away, it didn't want to show. And then I have also seen within the game, just now when I was playing the game by myself, I saw this, the spread of goals in the last few games, and they had it there. The XG of different, it actually looked quite good. It was actually better than in FM24 because now there was a value attached to the zone. And it was breaking down how many attempts I have with the head, the feet. That's what I need, right? Where are my chances coming from in the last few games? It was there. But guess what? Now it isn't. It disappeared too. So we've got this little problem with the UI where there are features in the game that you might have found that go missing. And it's a definite problem, right? Because it's what we call a game state problem. The game state is a meh. So, like I tell everybody, if you are going to play this game or you want to purchase this game, I've never used my fanatical link, right? I hardly ever do, unless people are really, the only way I give out my fanatical link right now is when people come to me and say, look, I really want to buy from your fanatical link. I don't care. That's the only way I put it up. Otherwise, I don't put it up. I don't think I want to do it because it feels wrong to me. It feels absolutely wrong. I will never want anybody. I'm not going to say go buy the game and support me. Well, for what? I wouldn't buy the game. I only play the game because I get it. I got it free from SI. Yeah, I'm a moderator, so moderators get the game free. The content creators, they don't. They have to pay for the game. But I'm different from the rest. I get it. I get a complimentary game for all the work that I do. I mean, I've done for SI over the years. So that's about it. The idea is to create a tactic for your personal preference, but to do that, you need to understand both football and the game manager. So it's best to start with trying to understand your players and create a tactic. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to start. I would always start first with what you can do with your players, or either that or tactic you're familiar with. Maybe you played it in school, maybe your favorite team plays it all the time, and that's a great way to start as well. So you watch that team, you playing, and every day you see that team playing, right? The style of play that they do, it's easy for you to come back and apply it to Football Manager. So that's one way of doing it. FM22 with the in possession, out of possession will be the improvement. I don't understand how they downgrade after 2 years. Yeah, they downgraded. It does the UI. It's like they were 3 goals up, right? And they conceded 4 in the last 5 minutes. And 3 of those goals were own goals. Yeah, that's how I see this. SI shot themselves. They created own goal. They might still have time to improve it. But would I buy this game now? No way. Not me. I wouldn't recommend it to my friends, man. If I recommend this game to my friends, go play football. I don't even want to tell my players I'm playing Football Manager 26. They go like, what? You didn't play this game for? It's terrible. It doesn't feel like a simulation. And I'm telling you something. If this game goes out tomorrow, right, November the 4th, in this state, the journalists are going to kill this game. Because every person who's been playing this game in the football sphere, a lot of them are players. The guys who write about the game are journalists who know the game. They are familiar with tactics. They are familiar with data as well. I remember they eviscerated FM12, no? Or was it 11? The way they tore that game apart. It was terrible. They say it was a great game. But some of the negative comments from game, I think it was Game Rant. Oh, that was a classic, man. Yeah, it was not good. So this could be worse. If they don't do something about it, it's going to be far worse. You cannot... the UI needs a lot more work, man, in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4. And the thing is, we're going to hear things like, it's going to improve in the next few months, and it will get something. We're going to add other features to the game. I'm thinking to myself, dude, seriously, that's not like, you're making it seem like you only started work on this like 6 months ago. It's quite bad. No? After officially, I'm 100% going to start a save in my local club that plays 4 at the back, defending but switches to 3. Yeah, that's a great way to start. Yeah, you can. You can play a 4. And right now, tactics are okay. For me right now, if I was to play this game, it will be for the tactics side. So my guide will be just tactics related. I would probably not write anything for training because you saw what happened. You saw what happened in training, man. That's not fair to anyone. I'm not going to... And training is basically a way to redistribute attributes anyway. It's not going to make your team play better. The only thing that makes your team better is the match preparation thing. Yeah. Wonderful, the perks remain. Miss the scouting days. The scouting days were fun. You missed it, you should go back. Intellectual legacy issues, program bugs never fixed and brushed over because original program will be fixed, but now we have to. We just need to survive the FM26. Maybe. I suspect, right? Sometimes, right? People leave the company, and this is a problem in a lot of software companies. I remember I had this same issue when I was working. We had this software that was very important. So we had this other party do maintenance for the software. So I joined the company. So I spoke to them and said, so what is happening here? So they said, oh, we maintain the contract with this company. And I go like, okay, then why the staff so unhappy? Because we got issues with the software. I go like, yeah, I guess. I contacted the company and I was right. They had high attrition. Apparently the people that worked on the program were no longer working there anymore. And nobody had a clue on what to do. And that can happen in the software industry very, very easily. So there's high attrition in this market. A person that may have been working on the squad planner, who was key to the squad planner, may not even be there anymore. And then they have to try and transfer whatever he did into the new engine, and they are not sure. They might have gotten it wrong. So that you never know what the inside track on it is. So there's a lot of issues. So it's very hard. It's in the software industry, the attrition rate is very, very high. Yeah. So I'm worried for my friends at SI. The way this game is set up, I'm very worried for them. It has a lot of, I agree, it's a lot of potential. I like the fact I can use keyboard to move around the screen. But the very fundamental things about why this game was a game that I would play for hours on end, keep me hooked, they're not there. They just are not there. So it becomes a case of me dumping a tactic, playing the game and seeing the result. It's like I'm downloading somebody's tactic and playing all the time. I can't go in and fine-tune my tactic to make it even better. By looking at the data, looking at all the information in the game and going, yeah, okay, this will make my tactic better. And then seeing the result in the next game and feeling good about what I've done. All that I can't get to now. That information is just vanished. Or it's there, but it's shy to show itself because it always hides. It peeks out, it lets me know it's there, but then when I want to look at it, it runs and hides again. The game state is bad. And I think as the guys I've spoken to internally, they agree with me. Game state is an issue for them. Even internally, they are just as frustrated as you and me. Of course they are. They are just as worried about what November is going to be like. I feel the pain for them. So I'm not about to go like condemn them or whatever, or say, why is this the case? Why is that the case? That's it. If you're new to the game, always start with I will tell you who you play with. Always play with a team that is not expected to win the Champions League and not expected to get relegated. So you play with somebody in mid-table. Always pick a mid-table side. If you pick a team that's expected to be in the Champions League, you're in trouble. If you pick a team that's heading for relegation, you're in trouble. So one of the best teams, and I tell everybody to pick this team whenever they go to the English Premier League, is Everton. Everton got no expectations. Zero expectations. Okay? They don't expect to go to Europe. They don't expect to get relegated. So that's a perfect club for anybody in this game. The data, I don't think it's been muzzled. No. I think it's just harder to find, that's all. As I listed maybe 2.2 million loss, correct? But they also had, they had to list the loss. Yeah, but they'll be fine financially. If you start with somebody like Manchester United, Manchester United Champions League. Or you can start with Manchester United, depends on the expectations. It might be a good club. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, I think we've done it enough. I don't want to go through the data hub. I can't. I'm just going to get annoyed. I think data hub, we gotta just chalk it off as a non-entity at the moment. There's no point with the data hub. You go to the data hub, it's like, it's a hot mess. It's just one big colossal mess. And I can't do the data hub. You can't find information like pertinent information, and if you do find it, it runs away again. There's no last 5 games. Have you noticed that? There's no like short map. We used to have a short map. Now we don't have a short map too. Last 5 games short map isn't even there. Or short map. I want a short map. I want to see the last 5 games short map. I want to see the passing map, passing dynamics map. We don't get any of that in the data hub. What now is the data hub there for then? So like I can't get the information. All I see is information that is not useful to me. Yes, to some extent, some of the information is useful, but that short map and the XG table is actually very good pieces of information, including expected attacking output. Expected attacking output also I rate it quite highly. I rate expected attacking output, short map. These are all pieces of information that we can use to make our tactic. In fact, I'll tell you what, all the data that is central to making a tactic, is central to understanding your tactic. Okay, you need to understand OPPDA for your defensive line and how compact you are. And then if you're looking at data, I'm going to just list out what I look at. Interceptions per 90. We need that. Let me look at this. I wrote it down. Okay, we need XG table, XGA, OPPDA, open play key passes per 90, open play XA per 90, non-penalty XG per 90, pass completion numbers, progressive passes over 90 minutes, open play crosses completed and attempted, open play expected attempts per 90, dribbles per 90, falls against per 90, XG per shot, shots on target ratio. Why is all this information important? If I have the XG table, it'll tell me how good we are at creating chances. If I have the XGA numbers, it will tell me about the quality of chances I'm conceding. So I want there to be a trend. I want to know what the numbers are. So if my XGA per game is like 0.7, it means I'm I'm giving away like a decent chance every game, right? But if it's like 1 or 2, means I'm giving you too many chances a game. Midfield and attack. I like pitch tilt. Why pitch tilt? Because it will tell you the story of possession. If it's in the green zone, it's a good number because that's where you want to be. A really good number would be somewhere like a high tilt area. Then you get low XGA. Combine that with low XGA, you probably got yourself a very good possession. You're parked in the opponent's half, and you can create good quality chances. Then you got open play key passes per 90. Why is that? Because it leads to passes leading to shots on goal. What do you want? I even got the numbers for you guys written down. 3 to 5 is what you want to expect to see in open play key passes per 90. Top teams are doing something like 5. I actually have all the numbers already done. Open play XA, expected assists per 90. That is the reflection of chance quality. You're looking at 0.20 to 0.30. Top teams in the Premier League are doing something like 0.30. Non-penalty XG per 90, which is scoring positions, you want to be aiming for your team to be doing something between 0.20 to 0.35. Top teams in the Premier League or in the world are doing about 0.40. I've done all the numbers, man. I bone crunch all these numbers for a long time for you guys. And I can't find the numbers in the damn game. That's why I'm pissed. That's why I want to stop streaming. I want to take a break because I know I can find it later. I'll probably spend some time, but we want the team numbers. We want them in the data hub. Right. The data has the numbers there. I know that some of these things I expected at taking output are in the data hub. Right. So we need more. We need more. Compare ourselves to the teams around the Premier League, like that kind of stuff. All the data is hidden away. It's so annoying right now. Boy, if we can get that, it'll be good. If we don't get that, then I'll be, not good lah. Yeah, Bayern Company has achieved those figures easily. I'm not joking. I think it's there. Is that data is all in the game. Yeah. It's just disappointing that it's a reason why we play the game, isn't it? Yeah, we play the game because we want it to be a simulation. I don't know if they hit the numbers by choice. I don't think they did that. No. They take pride. And one thing SI does take a lot of pride in, they take a lot of pride in their numbers. So when you go for their numbers and you prove to them is wrong, I know what they'll do. They just go in there and they go like, damn it, we gotta make the numbers right because he proved that it was wrong. So I know they do that. So they take a lot of pride in those numbers. I don't think they will hide them. They rather it not be hidden. I hope so. I hope I'm right. Anyway, thank everyone for coming into this stream. You guys were absolutely sensational. Please take care of yourselves. Please be good. Please be safe. I want to see you all next week, okay? But do stay safe, okay? Have a great weekend. Be good to everyone around you. I have to go now. No more data hub. I'll only visit the data hub after the game launches. Yeah. The question is, what's the point then in playing? Yeah, I have to think about this, man. So you guys have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend. I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.